Right, we are live, folks. Darry Gibbs here, CEO of the DG Academy. Today, I am joined by Billy Murphy. And Billy, correct me if I'm wrong, just over 7 months of the DG Academy completed, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, so guys, Billy joined me. Obviously, I'll allow him to explain his story. Billy's from the same hometown as myself, so I naturally had a soft spot coaching him. Just a normal thing. Apologize to people outside of Carrick who I coached. But yeah, I got Billy on. Has an awesome story. Basically the whole phase during with myself was more of a growth phase in terms of adding muscle. Stayed very very lean during it. How much weight was put on, Buzz? A 14, 15 pounds?
I started off at 149 pounds and I'm like
Yeah.
164 now.
What's that? 16 pounds. Jesus, man, that's good. Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome, awesome. So, yeah, Billy, for the people who don't know who you are, can you kind of just give a bit of a background on like what you do, basically, like, and where you're from, pretty much?
Yeah. So Dara kind of gave a bit there. As my name is Billy Murphy. I'm from the same town as Dara, and for a lot of people who are from Carrick or know about Carrick kind of know the crack about growing up there and stuff. But I don't want to get too much into depth about stuff, but like Dara knows a lot about my past and where I've been and what it's caused my life and stuff, and then Dara's good. Like he kept, even before I was in the academy, I came across his page, and you know when I was younger with Carrick United, Dara was a bit of a role model to everybody, because he was big, he was ginger, looked different to everybody else, so he stood out, and he was very good at what he done with Carrick United and stuff, from a young age group and stuff, and he always kind of stood out because he was there to help people, and as I started to interact with Dara's posts on Instagram and stuff, he's seen that I was interacting. So, I get an odd text every now and then, checking up on me. And if I'm wrong, keep me wrong, Dara, but I'm sure it was a good 5 or 6 months
I say longer, man, to be
before I
honest.
joined,
Yeah.
if not longer.
Yeah, I say it was longer, to be honest.
Um, you know, one day then I got a call with Dara, and I was a bit hesitant, and I was afraid of going into the unknown, but Dara assured me, that this is going to work, and it did. A picture showing I'm after putting up 14 pounds, 16 pounds, and that was the main goal for me, was to put on weight but be consistent.
Yeah.
And I brought a few times to Dara, about I didn't want to gain too much belly fat from all the food I was eating, and that didn't happen
At all.
If I ever had a problem with food or what to eat, one text, and within 5-10 minutes Dara's back, and the group on Facebook is a big help as well. You don't feel like you're alone. It's not a one-to-one, it's a one-to-one with added members, and that's what I find helps as well, because you're getting other people's insights of how they're doing with their program and stuff. And the Tuesday calls are great as well, and the app as well I found was brilliant, because you've so much on the app in regards of recovery, protein, and all the things you need for growth. And food wasn't really a bother for me, because if I was never concerned about eating too much food. If eating too much food was good, because I was trying to bulk, and I did bulk, and that was my main goal, was to bulk. And it was 6 or 7 months, but the proof is in the pudding. It does work if you put in the work. So 7 months passed now, and I'm up 14 pounds, which is great.
Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome.
I wouldn't have been on my own.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like, the fair, man, you absolutely smashed it, the fair, yeah. So on that then, so like the goal for yourself was obviously to be consistent, add on weight, and obviously add on muscle along with that. So prior to that, can you kind of give a rundown of why you struggled with that? Because obviously a lot of people probably are in a similar, or were in a similar space yourself, in relation to like kind of struggling to be consistent and struggling to add on some muscle and so on.
So my problem was, when I was gymming before, my biggest problem was overdoing it and not eating the right foods. So when I lived in Carrick, I didn't have anything really to do. I gave up drinking, drugs and stuff, and I turned to the gym. But then when I turned to the gym, I overdone it, and I was going if I was working from 6 to 2, I was going gym from 2 till 3 or 4. And if I was working 2 till close, I was going to the gym early in the morning for a couple of hours. And I was doing that consistently for 2 months, and I just gave up. I burnt myself out, and I didn't really have a trainer or a mentor in place to be like, right, Billy, this is too much. Like, your body is going to be fucked if. And then I wasn't eating enough, or I was eating too much. You know, there was no middle balance.
Yeah.
But whereas now the check-ins then helped me with you, because I could reflect on my week and, you know, say what I had, and, you know, the questions are multiple choice, which was good, because right, you can say, oh, I got most of it, but did I actually get most of it? I got a bit more. Then, you know, you have multiple choice. It's not you tell me what you done. I'll tell you the answers and you pick one, which was a great help. Like, you know, and I found that was brilliant, the check-ins on a Monday, because then you have a goal set for every Monday. This is what you're going to do. And then every Tuesday, this is going to be the follow-up. You know, that was the routine, and I found that was good as well. So that worked for me, and I found that great. The check-in was brilliant. The video calls, just to be in contact, even though you're up the other end of the country, it still felt like I was in contact with you no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Good. And I didn't have that when I was gymming, because I was on my own going, or there was a couple of us going together, and, you know, it didn't work for me. I like to be the lone wolf. I like to do.
Yeah.
I like to be by myself training to get the most out of what I'm capable of doing, and not having to, you know, the fella I'm with is lifting 120, why am I only lifting 60? You know, that fucked me as well. Training with too many people, with all different egos, and everyone was trying to be the alpha, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I prefer training on my own, get up with your programs. They were tricky, they were challenging, but I loved it. It was great, you know, and even after finishing up with you now, like, I still have that knowledge of those workouts that I can bring, which is great.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And we were speaking for a good while, just kind of on and off, just chit chat on Instagram or whatever. And you've trained people, and you never had like a mentor before in your life. So what was the biggest shift for you mentally when you committed to the program? Because I'm sure, like, obviously when we're for first speaking, you're a bit hesitant, because obviously it's a brand new thing to you. But what was the biggest change from when you didn't have a mentor to when you did have a mentor? Like, what was the biggest shift for yourself?
I was more consistent in my workouts. I wasn't overdoing it. Like, I stick to 3 days a week only. And in that 3 days a week, I'm getting maybe 3 hours training, and it's enough, because I'm getting steps in. You know, I walk to the gym. I get the steps going to the gym, coming back from the gym, and I get what I have to get done in 45 minutes to an hour max. If I didn't have a mentor, I would have been in there for 2 or 3 hours, pussyfooting around, probably putting on weight that I can't lift, trying to be a macho man that I can't do. But now then when I got with you, then it was, these are the workouts you have to do. This is the sets. Put on the weight and add extra if you need to, you know. And then every now and then you'd send a video on to you, and you'd give in-depth response of, this is what you need to do, or no, this is perfect, don't change anything, maybe increase a couple of kilos in weight. And I done that, you know, and I mightn't have been consistent coming to the end with videos and stuff, but that's because I had your knowledge to do what I had to do. That played a big role in my weight gain, my muscle gain, and just overall knowledge in the gym of different workouts that I never even heard of before, and then training muscles that I didn't even know I had, you know, and that's always a bonus, which is great.
Yeah, brilliant, man. Brilliant. Love that. And my last question, buddy. So when we were, before you joined, we're chatting for, I say, at least 6 months, maybe even 9 months, to say, just on and off, like. And it's just touch a base, see how it can help, and so on. Obviously, there's probably people watching this who may be on the fence of reaching out and maybe asking me for some support or whatever. What would you say to those people who are kind of on the fence about, right, I think I need help, I'm a bit afraid to ask for help?
Go for it. You know, I'm the kind of person where I like a routine. I like schedule. I like to manage my time, and you know, you do that with your client. And I remember one of the first questions you asked me when it was, "How do you want me to train you? You
Mm-hmm.
know, do you want to be soft, the soft approach, the medium approach, or kicking the arse approach?" You know, and most trainers don't give you that choice. You know, you're you let us do what we have to do, and you kind of judge from you're like the coach from the sideline who just
Mm-hmm.
do this way, go that way, you know. And but I'd say go for it, you know. Don't be a pussy, you know. Just go for it. And, you know, that's my thing. Go for it, you know. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But don't knock it like saying don't knock it till you try it. You
Yeah.
know, and I was hesitant for 6 9 months, and here I am 7 months after that, and you know, if it works, it works. If you put in the work, it'll work. If you don't, you're just wasting your time, your money, and Dara's time. And I'd say go for it and give your 100%. And after the 6 or 7 months, your whole mindset of the coaching will be changed 100%. Everything will change. Your lifestyle. I felt my lifestyle changed, my mentality changed, my mental health improved massively. All because I had a mentor in the gym to show me what to do and where to go, what to eat, what to not to eat, and so on and so forth. I do it again. Not right now, but you never know. In a couple of months' time or next year, I could be back again for another 6 7 months. You never know.
Awesome. Well, Billy, man, I appreciate you doing the testimonial for me. You've done absolutely great in the last 7 months, man. Like, it's been an absolute pleasure to coach you. And for the folks obviously watching this, or you might be listening to this, if you are on the fence about reaching out and joining my academy, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're not the right fit, or I may not be the coach for you. But I wouldn't be the person who's sitting there just procrastinating about should I change my life. You should. You deserve it. So don't feel like that I'm unapproachable. I'm pretty chill guy. Billy will back me up there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
reach out to me, folks, pretty much, and be more than happy to help you out. But Billy, man, I appreciate your time. You spoke great, brother. Thank you so much.
Thanks, brother.